David here, and today I want to talk to you about how everything needs a warm-up. Everything needs a warm-up. So the typical example is sports, right? Before you actually get into like a game or an event, say like a basketball game, you need to do some warm-up, right? You have to take some warm-up shots, maybe warm up, stretch your legs a little bit, and just get things warmed up. Same thing goes for any other type of sports, like running. You might need to stretch a little bit, get your heart rate going a little bit. And a lot of people see that physically, such as in sports, we need a little bit of warm-up. But we actually need the same thing when it comes down to mental tasks and also like social tasks, for example. Because you're gonna notice, like when you wake up right in the morning, like you're not gonna be like this entirely social person, right? You kind of have to like warm up into like having a conversation or being a social person, right? And the same thing applies to mental work or focus work. In the beginning of like a writing session, for example, or like a study session, you're gonna notice that it's gonna be a little bit hard to do. Like your mind is just not there yet. You need a little bit of adjustment to get into like the flow states, to get into these momentums, right? So we all need a warm up for pretty much any activity. We need a warm up for any sports activity, any physical activity. We also need a warm up for any mental activity, any focus activity, and also like social activities, right? So with that being said, know that you kind of need a warm up. Know that you need like a practice session before you get into like the real thing, for example. All right, so how we can apply this in real life is like, for me, for example, when I sit down to do like deep work and deep focus work, I use a little bit of warm up. So like I set a timer for like 30 minutes and I know that the 30 minutes, I might not get much done, but that 30 minutes is there so that I can kind of get into the groove of things, so that I can kind of get into momentum. So that's how you can kind of apply this in real life. And socializing, for example, sometimes you're just not going to be in the mood to like socialize. So you can just like warm up, before, I don't know, like you go out socializing or something, So everything needs a warm up. It's not just relevant to sports or any physical activity, but pretty much anything. I don't know. From looking at it now, I don't know if there are any activities that do not require a warm up. I don't know if any human beings have this rare ability to get into momentum right away, So yeah, that's a video on warming up and how it is essential to get into the groove of things and to get into momentum. So that's it for this video. And by the way, like these videos, I needed a warm up, At the beginning, it's kind of like, okay, my mind might be drifting off into other places, but once I get warmed up, I get into a flow, I get into momentum. So even with like videos and doing these things, I need a warm up. So that's it for this video. If you found value out of this one, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.